Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway, because their slogan is Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. And welcome into episode 130 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She is Julie Dobbs. We are together again. We've been together a lot.
I know,
lately.
It's so fun.
It is fun. Mm-hmm. Things get a little more wheels off, I feel like, when we're together.
Yeah, because I think we're on our best behavior with a guest.
Definitely on our best behavior with a guest.
We're going to go back and forth and ask you
speaking
questions.
Of, tease
Be
for
very
next,
professional.
Yeah, tease to next week's show, Cent Marshall, the CEO of the Dallas Mavericks. She's amazing.
She's amazing.
And I think our viewers are going to love our convo with her. She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Said Marshall.
She made me feel like I need to be doing
I was like, man,
a lot more.
I need to step up
I
my
need more
game
hardships and I need more jobs.
You've had plenty of hardships,
yeah,
honey.
but not enough.
Okay, let's not tempt fate again. Jesus. Now you're going to be like incapacitated for an extended period of time, and we're going to have to roll on this show and replay it.
Oh, I hope that people would still listen to our replays.
They would. Surely they would.
Surely.
Yeah. So thanks for being with us. Episode 130.
130. Nice round number.
It is a nice round number. Cheers to that.
Mm-hmm. How are you today? How are you this week?
I'm okay.
What's going on?
Good. I'm good. It's just, September, I felt like August was so long, and then now we're in September, and we're trying to build this fucking house, and it's stressing me out.
Yeah.
It's just there's just a lot going on. End of baseball season. The Rangers are, this is a struggle bus.
They've just kind of started sliding.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. But anyway, so I just feel like I'm getting back in the routine with the kids in school, and that I'm feeling good about. But I just feel this when you feel unsettled, I feel unsettled. And I don't know about it. Doesn't.
You're stressing me.
I'm not good at being unsettled. I'm not good at going with the flow.
You're like your roots. I can tell if you're feeling unsettled because of the home situation.
Yes.
I think.
Yes. That's partly why.
You got to have like a home base. Yeah. And when that home base is kind of up.
Yeah. Because we don't even own our house anymore that we currently live in. We have already sold it. We are leasing back from the people who have purchased our home, that's a huge blessing to have sold our home. We didn't even have to list it. Fantastic. Nice. Great problem to have. But we just might have just kind of overshot our move date just a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just kind of stressful. But this is a prime example of me I just can't chill the fuck out sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
So we decide we're going to go to this group of girls that we do Friday lunches. It's kind of our little core group of girls or whatever. We all have kids similar ages, whatever. And so we decide we're going to go to Broken Bow for New Year's Eve. So immediately, I book a house or we book a house. And then because we thought one of the girls and her family was going skiing. But then I told her hey, just so you know, the rest of us are going. I don't want you to, feel left out. And so anyway, she talked her husband into forgetting about the skiing trip.
Wow.
And going to Broken Bow. Well, then now everyone's like, well, but I'm not sure when so-and-so can get off work and if we're going down the 29th or the 30th. And I'm just like, we need to book, if we're going to get houses next to each other and we need to book this. Have you looked? And there's only 70% of capacity based on our criteria. I am literally just because I think I want to, it's not that I want to be in control of everyone. I'm not trying to, but I need to be in control of this thing. This, if I'm going on this trip, I needed to get booked. Because then if we don't have a house big enough, first of all, having 5 families in one house sounds like a nightmare. Mm-hmm. So we're going to split up into 2 houses, but we want to make sure they're close enough together where we're not like, having to drive 2 miles to get to the other house and where everybody can mix and mingle and all that kind of stuff. So and I know, and my girlfriends know me, and so it's just like, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just give it what do you need? Like 2 hours, 3 hours? Like ever to get back to me?
Oh yeah. When no one replies your text, that's when Emily's like, I need to know.
Well, and so anyway, but
that's hard because they're probably waiting on their family decisions and
right, all that kind of stuff. And so I need to be respectful of that. But I have good intentions. It's not because I'm like, let's do this, which I am, but I'm doing it because I want us to all be together and have houses next to each other. This is such first world problems and whatever. But that's what, like, just little things like that. I'm just not good at being unsettled.
And then do you carry that stress from like a situation like that into the day?
Kind of.
It's always like
because
churning
I'm
in
like,
the back of your mind.
I know
like
these
hasn't written
2
back.
houses that are available next to each other. And then I'm like, what if one of them gets rented? What if one of them gets booked?
Then it'll be okay.
Right, but then we have to go, and then I have to find another set.
Then since you're doing the planning, you get the house that you want, and then everyone else can drive to you.
But that's that sucks.
They'll be okay.
It's no fun for
Maybe
everyone.
they don't care that much.
I don't think anyone cares as much as I do.
I don't think they do either.
Herein lies the problem.
I'm that other person. Like if I have a friend planning something, I'm like, put me wherever.
Yeah.
Tell me where to send the money.
I know.
I'm just happy that I'm going.
I think all of it deep down stems from the house and whatever. Yeah. Just trying to get shit done, finish up baseball. I just am feeling unsettled.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It is okay. It happens.
It does happen. So, you talk about like staying in a house with a lot of people. Like we had our, Canada for a long time, Colorado for like a week and then came back. And then we just had one final little rendezvous to my ranch, but we had like a lot of family there. So maybe 12 people. So it was kind of like back to back trips where there's a lot of people in one house or more families than my own. And I think I realized I'm done with that for a while. It's like I run my family or whatever one way.
Yeah.
And other people do it different ways. And just like all the comments about like, your dog or your kids or so-and-so looks tired or so-and-so, did they eat or they're getting really cranky. So you should probably put them down, things like that. It like started to really, and I had like a little minor outburst, like at the ranch, like after everybody had left just with my mom, because you can do that with your mom.
Yes. Yeah.
And then it was just like overwhelming. It was like, I want to be in a house where no one's judging the way I'm doing it. I don't force my kids to say yes, ma'am, to everyone they see. And I don't force them to do this or that or this or that. I do the things that I think are important and I don't really want to hear everybody else's thoughts on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm kind of done with that. That's my
right. Yeah. Well, no, situation. I totally see that. And I think that if you like, I can only, especially with families, like with kids involved, you kind of figure out who you can and can't travel with. Yeah. Because it's not worth it if you can't like be yourself and all that. And I think with this group, the great thing is we can all we're all comfortable and we all kind of know each other's parenting styles to where if, Ben is being an asshole, I can say, Ben, to clean it up. Same goes for Henry. Yeah. And Miss Lisa will say, Henry, no, sir, whatever, not like disciplining or whatever, but kind of being the same voice. You know what I mean? Yeah. As a parent, but not taking it too far, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's good.
And I think what's happening in our lives right now? Are we okay?
This place about to blow up.
Are we okay?
It sounds like a giant
Can you guys hear
disposal. There is construction in the building.
Okay. Ted, fine producer Ted has
just
told us.
Just tell us it's about to blow.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's part of it. You figure out.
Surely that's coming through.
So I think you just have to figure it out, right? You have to figure it out.
You have to figure it out.
You have to figure out. And then too, I think as what my point I was trying to make before the garbage disposal came on, is the older your kids get, I feel like the easier it gets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the The fits and the tantrums and
it does.
They're more go with the flow the older they get.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still assholes, don't get me wrong. They're just a little more go with the flow.
What do you like extend bedtime a little bit as they get older?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We used to be 7:30, like on the dot.
Yeah.
And now we start bedtime routine at like basically go up and take a shower. Mm-hmm. It used to be we used to have this whole routine. Now they're old enough to where it's like I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
But 8:00 upstairs. Go take a shower, brush your teeth. You can read until 8:30 or 9, but lights out at 9.
I'm trying to get my kids to put themselves to bed before hockey season starts. Like, I mean, I do everything, but then lay them down with a book.
Yep.
And then they can just kind of, and I feel like if I can get that figured out, it'll be a huge win because the laying in bed with both of them and then having to go clean and work if I have work or whatever like that. I can't do that anymore.
We used to do the story, which I will tell you, I kind of miss. We would do like a Bible verse and, kind of a lesson or whatever, like out of a devotional or something like that every night when they were younger. And then as they've gotten older with practices and all that kind of stuff, it's just, and every once in a while we'll be like, let's do, old school bedtime. And everybody go upstairs and lay in Henry's bed and we read it and talk about, things you're grateful for that day. Now we try to incorporate that more into dinner time if we're all together, that's something we try to do. But yeah, it's
a good idea.
Yeah, it's just like kind of an ever evolving process.
Yeah.
But I will say like everyone tells you, you'll like the stuff that you think is like such a chore right now, you'll miss it.
I know. And then
I sound like one of those sappy moms.
Well, it's true though. I can see that being true. And it stresses me out in the moment because I'm like, I can't be sad about this. This is going to be gone, but this sucks. But I need to be appreciating this. And then the voices in my head go back and forth and I turn into a disaster.
And then you're thinking about like, oh my God, I got all this shit to do before I can go to bed.
Yes.
And yeah.
At some point, I think we just don't worry that much about sleep, right?
Yeah.
We just power on.
Yeah. And they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like they'll figure out if they're dead ass tired that they need to go to bed early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, the older they get, definitely the less they sleep.
My other question for you is, do your kids floss their teeth?
Okay. Because
we went to the dentist this morning and I got like floss shamed.
Oh, you remember the dentist shaming that I got? Remember with Hattie's teeth?
Oh yeah.
Remember?
What was it though? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, mommy. Remember though she was talking to me? Mommy. And I was like,
the dentist?
Remember? Because they said she had cavities. I'm like, these are fucking baby teeth. Like, I'm not paying whatever to get these caps put on these baby teeth or whatever.
Were they trying to convince you on the sealants?
Yeah, something.
I got that today.
And then like 6 months later, see, mommy, if you would have listened when we told you last time, or the accent's terrible, but I just was like... totally shamed. I felt like, meanwhile, Hattie...
see, mommy?
See, mommy? Yes.
Oh, gosh.
And then, but then,
that's
of course...
bad. I would probably be a little pissed.
Hattie left with 4 gold teeth, like, because shit was so bad. Her, like, teeth were going to rot down to the root.
I remember this.
Yes. So, total mom fail, but I don't know. I just was like...
But, you were brushing them. I'm sure she was brushing them.
For sure,
I feel like we're doing good to brush at night. Yes, but that is not anywhere near enough. Apparently,
Mike did just bring up the flossing thing, and you're gonna laugh at how I know this, but my kids have been flossing because every morning I empty their trash and there's been floss in it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. You should be proud of them.
Yes, I am. But then I kind of get annoyed because I'm like, there's usually no trash in here. Now there's floss.
Okay, so if it's just one string of floss, you empty. Floss, you empty it?
I flush it.
You flush the floss?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's probably just some fish that are getting strangled somewhere, but don't worry about it.
Is there fish in the sewer?
The water goes into the ocean somehow. At the end of the day.
That's the most ridiculous thing you've ever said. And the way you said it was so amazing. Fish
See,
go
mommy.
in.
See, mommy. I told you. If you
See,
flush
mommy, if you would listen to me,
floss, you're going to strangle some fish.
Strangle a fish that goes from the sewer to the ocean.
I mean, it's all connected.
Clearly.
Where do you think it goes?
Smarty
pants?
I don't to the core of the earth? I don't know. Where does sewage go? 469.
Right.
Call in. Is Ted texting us right now to tell us where sewer goes? I can't see. I'm laughing too hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it goes.
So yes, but not nightly. And I will tell you too. I bet I floss twice a week.
Well, that's good.
I don't. Oh, okay.
I feel like that's good.
You do. Okay.
I
well,
rarely
then, yes.
floss.
You do.
I just didn't have time for flossing.
No, it's so much.
I don't have time for flossing.
I know. It's a lot. Flossing is a lot.
I got this new face routine that we'll talk about in a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just one more little tiny task. And guess who's I always eliminate my self-care type things from the equation.
Right.
To save my energy for the other people. Right. So it's like, that's why I don't clean my room at all. And a little bit, but my kids' room, thanks to the family concierge, always looks wonderful. And I try to make the house wonderful. But you go into my room and it's like,
I've seen that laundry on the bed.
A laundry explosion. Because I just don't, I'm like, I can close the door and it's just me.
Absolutely. Whatever.
But I also don't, I need to floss more.
Whatever works. Okay. So you need
and
to
I was floss shamed this morning at the dentist for my kids. And too much plaque. Ooh, too much plaque.
Too much plaque.
Too much plaque on Ryder's teeth.
Okay.
Plaque's so gross.
It's so disgusting. Yeah. And I used to have a retainer down here and they would have to clean in between it. It didn't matter what you did. I could floss 10 times a day and brush 12 times a day and it still wouldn't have mattered.
Oh,
but it's just like that trap down there.
Broccoli and celery. Your retainer. Did you have braces?
I did for 10 months.
Okay. Yeah. Both top and bottom?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Metal mouth, brace face.
I feel like almost everyone gets them now.
Dude, I feel like people are getting, I got them in 8th grade. There's like kids Henry's age that are getting them.
Yeah. My best friend, Jessie, who will come on our show someday, her daughter got them at age 7. She just got them off. And so at the appointment today, they referred us to an orthodontist for Ryder. And so we're going to find out. He needs something for sure. He's got like overbite, underbite, crossbite, all the bites. And he was like, his new teeth are coming in and there's no room for him. I was like, well,
how's that?
You gotta go somewhere.
How's that dental insurance?
It's good for now. As long as Kelly's got his job.
There we go. Yeah, get those suckers on while he's under contract.
Right, exactly. All the surgeries.
Okay, are we going sports courts first? Mm-hmm. Okay, sports courts, and you alluded to it. The new face routine, courtesy of Divalore.
Divalore. I'm going to mention a little bit about like the details, but then I want to explain my personal situation too.
Okay.
So Melanie Cobb, if you watched our last week's show, she was cool because I think she was a guest that is a sponsor, but also like I think just listening to her tell her story probably resonated with some moms. I know I've heard from some moms who said that it did, including mine. Hi, Mom. She liked Melanie.
Hi, Mom.
And so she was overwhelmed with the full-time career in the orthopedic surgery world. So she started her own thing with something that she's passionate about, and that is skincare, something we all have to deal with. Men, women, everybody. Kids, she actually has a theory to like get kids started really early on all this stuff. She started a company, Divalore Medical Wellness. And so in order to tell you all what she can do for you, I'll tell you quickly like what she has done for me, and I know Emily's seen her too. So we went in, we met with her, and we had a free consultation. She'll give you a free consultation if you reach out. She can do it virtually. However, she is located in Fort Worth. So say you live in Dallas and you want to have your consultation, she can do a Zoom. And she'll just kind of ask you about your skincare. She'll look at your skin. She'll tell you what she thinks that you need to start with. And then if you want to do the whole shebang with her as far as your skincare products, which is what I've done, then she will write you out. So I told her, I was like, Melanie, like I am at a point, I want to support you and I need stuff. So tell me what I need. And she sent me in the mail, so I didn't have to go in there again, all of the face creams and everything that I need. There's not like a specific moisturizer. There's all these other ways that they moisturize from the inside out and blah, blah, blah. So I said, whatever, girl, just tell me what I need. And she sent like a little prescription. So it's like morning and then evening and then exactly what to use and how to do it. And so she just kind of made it like foolproof, dummy proof for me, which is what I needed. She gave us each a chemical peel. She does all the things. I got some Dysport from her, not her. I love you.
Oh, wow.
She gave me some Dysport when she was in.
And your forehead is on point, girl.
Do you like my forehead?
I love your forehead.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm new at all that. So I'm like, Melanie, just tell me how much I need, what I need. And she was like, texted. She's like, well, I didn't want to give you horns, so I didn't want to do. Anyways, it's just like us. She's like us. And she's going to help you with your skincare situation. So reach out to Melanie. She can do all the things: peels, microneedling, natural hair restoration, dermal fillers, Botox, Dysport, Sculptra. She'll do like the stomach fat stuff, the leg fat stuff, Cabela fat
something.
under your chin.
Yeah.
All the things. So call Melanie. She'll shoot you straight, and she can work with your budget too.
Yep.
What is the website? DivalorMedicalWellness.com?
Yep. Divalore is DIVALORE medicalwellness.com.
Yes. So reach out to her, please.
Holler at Melanie.
Please.
She is amazeballs. We love her.
She is amazeballs. And
Okay, so sports courts, we got, there's not a ton going on. We mentioned the Rangers not doing well. It's just at this
How
point.
many games? Ish?
Less than a month.
Okay.
I got 20 on my schedule, 18 days because 2 of those are double headers. Not that anyone's counting. So about 30-ish, probably.
Okay.
So it's been rough. But it's hopefully, a lot. I think that we've learned the bottom line is they've got to get pitching,
Which is what you said at the very beginning.
Like you have to get starting pitching.
Yep.
You have to be deep.
Yep.
Because you have to have other options. And right now what they have is just, these guys are not getting into the 6th and 7th inning very rarely, other than Martin.
Yep.
And it's just
It
not,
taxes
it taxes
everybody.
the bullpen. It's a trickle down effect. And so I think that if there was any question at all, that's the number one priority to be addressed in the offseason. I think that's been clearly established that's where it's at. But I know hockey's starting up. Basketball will be starting up soon. Lord knows we talked tennis last week after you slammed me up against the wall.
I did.
And football's back.
How are we feeling about the Cowboys? So I'm pretty pumped actually to watch the opening game of this season this Sunday against the Buccaneers and Tom Brady.
Okay, and what time is that game?
I think it's like 7, 8.
And of course, I'll be on a plane. Because can I tell you right fast, rewind right fast?
Yeah.
The most ridiculous thing I'm going to do probably in my career with the Rangers is we have a game at 1:30 on Sunday.
What are you about to say?
We are going from
nervous.
flying to Miami, where we will play a day-night doubleheader in Miami on Monday. And then we will fly back to Arlington, to Dallas, whatever, and then play another game against a different opponent on Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
So 1:30 game Sunday in Texas. After the game, fly to Miami, wake up Monday, not even just a double header, like a regular start this game 2, 30 minutes after game 1. It's 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
Oh, dear.
And then after that game, fly back here and then work a night game on Tuesday.
Oh, my gosh. And you're doing all that.
I am doing all that, but you know what?
What?
Then the next day,
At least you don't got 4 in 2 days.
4 in 2 days, or 4 in 3 days.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I leave for Mexico.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. My Scout and Cellar Wine reward trip.
Oh, you got it.
I did.
Good. Congrats.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah.
Well,
I could have
that'll be a
taken
little
you, but you
crazy.
couldn't go because you're a consultant too.
Oh, really? Well, then you quit that shit.
Stop it.
I'm not doing much.
So yeah, insanity.
Worst consultant ever.
Insanity with the Ranger schedule.
Okay.
But yeah, so I will look forward to watching the highlights of the Cowboys game.
7:20.
Maybe somebody will do something about that. Maybe I can talk to the big dogs on the team. Maybe I can talk to like Corey Seager and Marcus Simeon and be like, dude, what can we do to get like some Wi-Fi on the plane?
So you'll be on the plane.
We'll be on the plane.
Surely they can figure that out.
Surely.
For Corey Seager or even you. You're the
Definitely
big
with me. I just don't know who all cares about the Cowboys on our team.
Probably more than you realize.
Okay.
Because
Good idea. I'm on
anybody
it.
that's lived here for like more than a year, 2 or 3 is probably drinking the Kool-Aid, or they
I'm on
randomly have an allegiance to them, or the staff. I mean,
Yeah.
People are gonna care.
Yes, but I'm excited about the Cowboy season. I'm excited.
Good.
I think they're a disaster a little bit off the field, but mainly just Jerry. But I don't know. I mean, I love football.
Me too.
I love sports. I love football. The Cowboys have always been my team. And I'm tired of being negative Nelly and just trashing them all the time. Like, I just want them to fucking be good.
Well,
like,
this
come
is
on.
the best time of the Cowboys season right now.
In the
Want to
early-
know
yes,
why?
you're right, 'cause it's
they
0-0.
haven't lost a game. And we can all be dumbasses and be optimistic and say that this year's going to be different.
But I feel like I mean, I feel like it's a very different opening day. They don't call it opening day, opening weekend.
Yeah, like
first game one,
season
what
opener.
The fuck ever.
Yeah.
Than last year. Because last year I feel like, they played them so tough against Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
They were coming off the Super Bowl and they hung with them and everybody was like, okay, this is a good start, which I think it was. They finished the year with 12 wins last year. I mean, it's not like they had a terrible season. They just got bounced really early in the playoffs. But I feel like this is a way different set of circumstances when you're talking about Tom Brady and I'm 45 and I got a lot of shit going on and they've had offensive line injuries and other injuries. Like I feel like I don't feel like it's.
My only thing is like the Cowboys, they kind of let a lot of people go or got rid of them or traded them or let them walk in free agency and didn't necessarily replace them.
No.
So it's hard for me to get more excited than last season or to say I think this year is going to be better. I think the defense seems like they're playing really well, which is interesting because just a couple of seasons ago they were the worst defense in the league. But I don't have too much to feel excited about. I guess a healthy Dak is something that we haven't seen in a long time, but I don't like the theory of like Dak's healthy, so he should be able to elevate the whole team, even if we didn't do much to help him out or give him a supporting cast. And he's good enough that he can just find those receivers have to know how to run routes and catch balls, and they barely even.
And what they did was they played the
together
dice
in a game
situation, and they rolled
the
the dice way too hard, if that's a thing, because you were counting on everybody being healthy and being at the same level they were last year or whatever. But I'm super excited about CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Like, I think with him getting this opportunity to be kind of the guy for a while until Michael Gallup gets back, I'm excited about him. And I'm just excited for the NFL to be back. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm excited. I'm
excited college football's back. Like, it's a great time of year.
It's fun to always have something on that you can watch, that you can like invite friends over or go to someone's house. Like, hey, want to come watch football? Like, it's way better than sitting around your own house, twiddling your thumbs. Being like, So I'm excited for sure about that. I think I am going to try to pay closer attention to the rest of the league this year. Like I used to.
So you're going to join a fantasy football league?
No, but Ryder did.
Okay, that's a good thing because you'll help him.
Kelly did and Ryder did.
Because I will say when I first started covering sports, but when I first got to Dallas. Because in Lubbock, I wasn't really covering a professional team.
Yeah.
But when I first got to Dallas, I did join a fantasy football league because it caused you to pay closer attention. Because I was paying a ton of attention to the Cowboys. I just really wasn't necessarily paying attention to the rest of the league. It really didn't interest me that much. I wasn't a fan of those teams. I would watch the games, but I'm not checking their stats. I don't know who's dominant at this position, blah, blah, blah. And I did that, and it was a fun way to learn. And then I got to the point where it was just like a chore to put in a lineup and all that kind of stuff. And then people got like, God love him, Tom Grieve. Tom Grieve takes fantasy football very seriously. And so like it was one time, I think I just had Hattie maybe, or maybe just like, I was like, fuck, I don't care about this. Like, I don't care that I put in $100. I don't care that I lost it. I just don't care.
Yeah.
But I was playing, I guess, someone that he needed to be.
He needed them to get a loss.
And then like I didn't even like put in a lineup and like, or my bench scored like 500 points or whatever. And I just remember Tom, and Tom can't be mean. Like it's just not, but I mean, I think
he was trying to nudge you.
There was like, no, he didn't realize it till after the fact. And then it was like basically kind of an email to the league as a whole. That was like, to protect the integrity of the league. And I was like, this is my time to bow out.
Yeah.
And Tom he was like, I was not talking to you, Emily. I mean, he's the nicest guy ever. But I was like, Tom, it's okay. It's time. It's time for me to retire.
It's time.
The fantasy football.
I retired when I got to that point too. Yeah. It was like,
Yeah, but Henry has a league. That was his birthday present last year, or part of his birthday party. He wanted to start this fantasy football league. And so this is his second year doing it. I'm the commissioner or whatever. And then he's got friends that they draft at his birthday party. I put the rosters in. But he's checked that thing every morning. It's been like 2-3 weeks ago. And I'm like, honey, that you realize like the games aren't for a while. But today he was like, tomorrow's game day. I got like 4 guys going.
That's fun. I'm excited for Ryder to do it for that reason. And he's starting flag football this year. So we thought
we'll tell you as his mother, you cannot let him, you have to be sure he gets his lineup in. Like you
I think Kelly will do it.
Oh, Kelly's doing it. Okay.
Even if he's on the road, like he can still do it.
He can still access it.
I think that's their thing. They did the draft last night together. Ryder's obsessed with Cooper Kupp. And I think it's just because of his name, Cooper Kupp. He loves Cooper Kupp, and he got him. Okay. So it was a big win in the Forbes household.
Nice.
Kelly says he's got a really stacked team.
Oh, sweet.
I know.
Love
it. So yeah, I'm excited to have football mom stories this season of the mom game because it's really cute.
I know Henry's playing again this year, and Mike's the coach for the first time. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I feel like it's always dicey when the older they get, and the dads and and Mike's really good. Actually,
like retire or something.
Yeah, I think just scheduling wise and whatever. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, because Henry's at the age where it's probably kind of like sort of getting hardcore.
Oh well, and he's wanting, and we're gonna have someone on at some point soon because I do want to talk about the whole concussion thing and all that. But he started asking, "Can I play tackle?" And I'm like, "Absolutely not. Like you're
really
not right now. You're fifth grade."
And that's happening in fifth grade?
And he's 11. Oh yeah. And so I'm like, you're 11 years old, fifth grade. It's a no. It's a no for me right now. And I don't usually sports stuff, I'm pretty open-minded, like with whatever. But I'm like, this one's a hard no for me.
How'd that go over?
He's okay with it now. Yeah. Not a ton of his friends are doing. A lot of them, but most of them still doing flag.
Will you let him as he gets older?
I don't know. The very earliest it would be seventh grade, like 12, 13. And I think a lot of that, and I have not done any research, so please don't yell at me. But I think a lot of it had just the fact that he is a bigger kid. He's not, you know what I mean? He's a bigger kid. He weighs 800 pounds. He weighs 100 pounds. And I just think like developmentally, like, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you're the one that can know best and that can decide and help and take all of those factors into account.
And I'm not saying I'm never going to let him play, but when you hear like Troy Aikman talk,
I know.
And and he's like, thank God I didn't have boys because I don't have to make this decision, but I don't know what I would do if I did. And
well, and we had Stephen Johns on here, hockey, but
yes,
I asked him point blank. I was like, if you have a son, will you let him play hockey?
Yeah.
And he said no.
Yeah.
Like that's what a lot of these players are saying.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's
just with everything, the research.
You saw the kid from Dalhart. Did you see the JV football died
because
playing
of the concussion thing, or was it?
He got hit in the head and he died.
Oh, God, no, I don't think I saw that.
I mean, and granted, those are isolated cases. Yeah. I'm not saying that if your kid plays tackle football, he's going to suffer a concussion. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying,
but like, if he doesn't, then he's not going to.
I know, but you can't keep your kids in a bubble, and all the stuff. Like, but so this is for another episode that we can
full speed.
Right. I mean, you look at baseball. You could get pegged in the head with a 75 mile an hour fastball at 11 years old and suffer greatly. Like it's not like,
I think in a perfect world, Ryder will do this part and have fun with it and get into football and watching football, but then he'll go play golf or tennis.
Golf is pretty safe.
Yes.
Now, granted, you could jack up your back and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't
there's
think
something with everything.
There's something with everything. But yeah, those are decisions that we'll have to
and
be
we
made.
will do a deeper dive. We still need to have our youth sports roundtable, which I want to do. And then we'll have on our sports concussion expert.
Yes.
Somewhere down the road, because those are all very relevant topics that we need to
for sure
talk about. Moms need to know this shit.
Moms need to know this shit. So do dads, honestly.
Yep.
Because a lot of times the decisions get deferred to the dads in those cases. Okay. TMG News Desk brought to us by a brand new sponsor on the show, 360 Wealth Management.
Yay!
So excited about 360 Wealth Management. So here's the deal. Have you been saving for retirement, thinking about retirement? Do you have a healthy nest egg built up, but you aren't sure what to do next? Well, 360 Wealth Management is here to help. Taking money out of that nest egg can be a very scary thing, especially when you've been saving for so long. You just want to keep hoarding and hoarding and hoarding. Which is not a bad thing, but at some point,
gotta have a plan.
You've got to have a plan to figure out kind of an exit strategy. And how can I maintain the lifestyle that I've worked so hard to establish, and at the same time make sure I can maintain that lifestyle and my money can last for as long as I do. So they will work with you on how to factor in other streams of income, retirement income, like Social Security disbursements, other pensions, et cetera, and how to utilize all those things in the most tax advantageous way possible. And it's not just a matter of, oh, I've got X amount of money in the bank and I'll just pull out this much a month and that'll last me this long. Like there are ways that they can take different types of situations and monies and accounts and spread them out over whatever and get tax
so you
breaks.
Can still live that life.
All the stuff that's way above my head, but that's their expertise, is to try to get you from point A to point B and ultimately to point C and let you enjoy it every single step of the way. And this is when I knew I loved our boy Sean Kernan, and it totally hit me, and I know you know what I'm talking about. So he said he would like to be considered the Vanilla Ice of financial advisors.
I don't think anyone's claimed that.
I mean,
it's available.
You want to speak my language, you come through on Vanilla Ice and we are there. So they will stop, collaborate, and listen. And if there's a problem, they'll solve it.
Love it.
So it's easy to see why they say they take their work very seriously, but they do not take themselves very seriously. So please, please, please go check out our friends at 360 Wealth Management. His email is, and it didn't copy I have his contact info and now it's not showing up here.
I can probably find it really quick.
It's Sean at SEAN. No, gosh, I'm totally butchering this. I swear I copied and pasted it in here. Oh, I know where it is.
Did you delete it?
I didn't delete it, you bitch.
Your lady deletes everything.
It's in a specific folder in a specific thought, and I am not going to stop talking about 360 Wealth Management until I tell you where you can find it.
Well,
no, I have it.
Okay,
right here.
good. She's got it.
I have it. Reach out to Sean Kernan. Oh, God bless me. 469-220. No, Sean Kernan. 469-200-2830. That's Sean Kernan. 469-200-2830. 469-200-2830. Or Sean, SEAN, at 360wm.net. Bless me.
I found it too.
Did you find it?
That was all correct.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for double checking it. But anyway, super excited about having them on the board.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, word to your mother.
That's something that we should all probably start thinking about. Word to your mother.
For sure.
Exactly. So that's the news desk. Are you watching The Dragon Show?
No.
I'm not either. But I'm like teetering on.
What is it called? The Dragon Show?
No, it's called like House of Dragons. It's Game of Thrones precursor.
Never watched that.
You survived.
So exhausting.
Right?
I can't do precursors. That's why I haven't watched Star Wars, or is that Star Wars?
Yeah.
All the stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, we threw this shit at you and then we're going to throw this shit at you later that happened before. Yes. I can't, I'm out.
So you survived that whole Game of Thrones phenomenon obsession without ever, did you ever watch one?
I never watched a single episode. All I heard about was like how relatives were doing it with each other.
Yeah, that was like on episode 1.
Right. So no, I never watched any. We never got into it. I don't really like
I don't either. Sci-fi
shit.
Sci-fi shit.
Same way with Star Wars. Like I know I watched it as a kid, but then when they come out with like Dark Knight, is that
Darth Vader?
I don't know. Whatever. Oh. When everything's like, oh, well, this is the Star Wars you watched when you were in 8th grade.
Oh, I know. I don't get any of that.
And there was 3 of them, and it was like The Empire Strikes Back and blah, blah. And then they're like, come out like 20 years later, and they're like, this is what happened before. And I'm like, no.
They see the success of something, and they're like, wait a second, back up.
We need to do things in order.
And in this so it's called the House of the Dragon. So, you know,
I can't keep up.
I know the main girl with the blonde hair that like she had dragons. She owned the dragons or whatever. It's her. And I liked her. She was the one character that I liked. It's her like great grandma's whole story or something. Yeah. So, and it came out of nowhere to me. Kelly was like, oh, cause he watched all of the Game of Thrones.
I mean, in Game of Thrones wasn't just like people watched it. It was like
people are obsessed.
800 Game of Thrones bobblehead theme nights at the ballpark. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like where we had a big throne and you could go take a picture with it, and somebody had a Joey Gallo throne bobblehead. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But apparently it was huge because
it's very huge.
People were into it.
People are very obsessed with it.
Okay, so this is like an analogy or similar situation. So like Yellowstone, totally into Yellowstone, tried to watch 1883,
which is supposed to be a
4. And I'm like, I'm so confused. Is this little baby Laura Dutton? Is this his wife? Or is this, I
think that we generally don't have time for prequels.
I think I'm just
a
out
mom
on
game statement.
I don't think
we don't have time for prequels.
We don't have time for prequels.
We don't have
We're
prequels.
out on prequels.
We're out on prequels.
That's our stance.
No capacity for prequels. I can barely hang in there with the, what do you call it when it's not the prequel or the sequel? Just the quel.
The mom game, for the record, is out on prequels.
We're out on prequels.
Into quels.
We're into quels. If it's a good one.
A good quel. Okay.
Let's talk about a good quel.
Isn't a quel. It's Mike's watching this show called Bosch.
I've heard about that. Is it like the sports
exhausting.
agent one? Or?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I call them shoot 'em up, and every time I'll be in the lead, and it's like, and I'm like, honey, why is it shoot 'em ups? Like it'll be like the perfect volume of whatever, and then it's like. And I'm like,
why are guys the way they are?
I don't.
Kelly does that shit too.
Like, why, what about this
I don't
entertains
like
you?
any of it. I'll tell you, all the action cancels itself out for me.
And it's so
like,
loud.
All
it's
the
like,
shooting cancels itself out to where I see and hear nothing.
And it's so ridiculous. None of this shit looks real.
No.
Not even close to real.
Okay.
I mean, diving away from a bomb. And I mean, dudes shot like 84 shots and missed you every time when you're 5 feet away. Like, I'm out on this. I don't believe any of you. I don't believe you.
One of those shots would hit.
Yes.
And then but you can't kill the people because then the show ends. I don't know. No, I'm the same. My stepdad, who's like awesome, by the way, he's an old school cowboy, but he's all about the Westerns, which are like shoot 'em ups, but old fashioned.
But like
with boots and with like
meet you at high
pistols.
noon.
And my mom and I
Quick
joke
draw.
about it. Yes. She's like, how does he, every time he just wants to watch an old Western movie. And every time, like I'll get a little peep of it. I'm like, ugh, like I almost vomit. I'm like, this is the worst movie ever.
But I will
there's
say,
no plot line. There's no romance.
Okay.
There's no cute guy or cute girl or like a cute love story. I need that shit.
So
I don't need a full on rom-com, but I need a little of that.
Okay, so I'll tell you a couple of things that I've watched recently that I've really enjoyed.
Okay.
Me Time with Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
Is
interesting.
Actually.
Combo.
I mean, it's just like a funny, lighthearted. I took a couple early bird CBD gummies the other night, was ready to get in bed and was like, this will be great. And then as Mike's watching, I'm laughing hysterically, like with my AirPods in, like where the bed's shaking. And he's like, oh, must be funny. I'm like, it is. Back to your movie. Like, leave me alone. Like, just trying to enjoy Kevin Hart saying stupid
wrong
shit.
With husbands? What's wrong with men?
I don't know. And meanwhile, I'm like watching on this and I'm like this on my, with my AirPods in, trying to listen to Kevin Hart because he'll go to bed at freaking 7:48 and claims the remote.
Yes.
And I want to get in bed, so that's why I pop a couple early bird CBD gummies and I just sit on there on my phone and just laugh. I'd be like. I'm just laughing at like the bed shaking because I'm laughing so
You're
hard.
having your me time.
I was having my me time. But anyway, me time is a really cute, like no thought involved, funny, like some laugh out loud moments.
Is it so both of those actors
show.
like is it directed towards men or women or both? Like
I think both would enjoy it.
Okay.
Like I think it's a good, easy couples movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And then another one I watched it's a movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just a fun, easy watch. And then another one I've been watching is, and it's only 3 episodes. It's a documentary Trainwreck about Woodstock 99.
Oh.
So wheels off. I'm halfway through the 2nd episode and I had dreams about it, about Woodstock, like that I was there. And
was it awesome?
It started out awesome.
What happened?
You mean my dream? Or
your dream.
Oh no. Because by the time you get to the midway point of episode 2, shit's not going well at Woodstock 99.
Did you have scary dreams?
No, it just was like more like I don't have anywhere to eat, sleep, or go to the bathroom kind of
I feel
dreams.
like you generally wouldn't do well at Woodstock. I mean, I know you're cool and you party, but like, I don't think that would have been your scene.
Can I tell you, like the amount of money you would have to pay me?
Yeah.
Like just seeing those scenes of like 200,000 people outside, like moshing or whatever you call it, like in the mosh pit.
Yeah.
Raving
Oh
or
my God.
whatever.
Nothing sounds worse than a mosh pit at age 40.
Like it gives me
plus
anxiety. And then to think about the fact that these people brought like fucking just some tents and I can't. And they're just
they were
all
so
hammered
smelly and sweaty and on so many drugs.
and everybody's naked. Everybody's naked.
Full on naked?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's full frontal everywhere. It's just really, it's something.
That's why.
And to think that happened.
Party of all parties. The festival of all festivals.
Right. But it's apparently, and I don't know much about the first Woodstock or whenever that was, but it was apparently a very different vibe and feel. There's a little more angst among the youngsters at Woodstock 99.
Sexual angst?
Just angst in general. But anyway, it's good.
I should watch it.
I'm an episode and a half in, and
it's a series?
It's just three episodes. It's a documentary.
Oh, okay.
I'm into things that are like 2 seasons or less.
Yeah,
I
same.
can't commit to anything that's over 3 seasons.
I can't even commit to
or even 2 seasons.
starting anything these days. I mean, I don't watch anything, which is sad. I'll watch sports.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Because I'd rather like scroll my phone or like post for one of our little companies and then go to bed.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I do.
Well,
but I miss all the everything that's happening in television. I miss it.
Well, I don't really know anything that's happening in television. I just know what's happening on the streaming apps.
Yeah. Okay. Well, those are some good recommendations, courtesy of Emily.
Yeah.
And
Me
once
Time.
again,
What's it called? Me Time.
Yeah.
And it's called Trainwreck. Woodstock 1999.
Okay. Yeah. And then once again, just to reestablish our general statement, we don't like prequels here on the Mom Game. We only like quels.
Quels out on prequels. We could do sequels as long as we see the quel.
And as long as we approve of the quel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Okay.
What better about establishing that? Now we have what's on your feed, a couple fun things to discuss and what's on your feed. And I know you want to give a shout out right here to our friends at Susan G. Komen.
Yes, I do. I just had it up this whole time and then I got distracted.
Distraction.
So, Susan G. Komen is somebody that we're probably going to do some work with and combine events, that kind of thing moving forward. Obviously, it's an organization that's near and dear to my heart, being a breast cancer survivor. So they have a walk coming up that we just want to help spread the word about. You've heard about the Komen walks. And if you want to be involved, we think that'd be cool, and we're going to be involved this time around. So they want you to know if we could raise $1 more, take one more step, share one more story, think of the impact that we could make. That's the power we have when we come together as one for the Susan G. Komen Greater Fort Worth More Than Pink Walk. It is coming up October 1st. The More Than Pink Walk in Irving is going to be October 22nd. So you've got one in Fort Worth, you've got one in Irving. The power one more action can have, the power every one of us has as an individual, the power we have as one community. If you can't catch the drift, they're saying one person can make a difference. Do something to help getting closer to a world without breast cancer, which is a world that I want to live in. I want my daughter to live in. I want all of our daughters to live in because breast cancer flat out sucks. So no matter how you make your impact, whether you're at home, online, or together with your community, let's make 2022 count. It's not just about physically being together. It's about every one of us understanding the impact we can have when we commit to going $1 story and step further. Let's take it further. A little bit of effort from all of us can go a long way. The power of one starts with you. Join us Saturday, October 1st at the shops at Clear Fork for the Susan G. Komen's More Than Pink Walk, and Saturday, October 22nd at the Levy Pavilion. Witness the power of one. For more information on all of that, if you want to get involved with the walk, if you want to just raise money, if you want to just donate money, go to www.komen.org. That is coming up. It's definitely something worth your time and your energy, and those walks are pretty fun. You can meet a lot of really cool people. I did the walk right after I was diagnosed, and it was like the craziest, coolest, weirdest, most bizarre experience ever. But it was good, and it's good to know that you're supported. And so we're happy to work with Susan G. Komen here on the Mom Game, and like I said, some fun events coming up that we will keep you.
I'm so glad we're doing this because I know it's so important to you.
It's good. I've been wanting to figure out how to help. So.
And while we're at it, right fast, can I plug the Do It for Dirt event? So for those of you who don't know, I'm on the board of a nonprofit foundation called the Do It for Dirt Foundation. We've been around for, 7, 8 years. 8. This is our 8. It's called the Ocho. The Ocho is our event.
I like it.
It is October 14th at Four Corners, where we had our mom game event. And I would love for you all to come support the cause, bid on some silent auction items, bid on some live auction items. Just come and have a good time, learn about the foundation. We assist families who have been affected by sudden loss. The foundation was formed after we lost our friend Richard Durrett 8 years ago, and his family was left behind, 2 children and a pregnant wife. Since then, we've raised over $1.5 million, helping more than 130 families. And so we want to continue the mission of this foundation and to continue to help families that have been impacted by sudden loss. And so if anyone is interested, doitfordurrett.com. That's Durrett with 2 R's and 2 T's. We would love to see you at Four Corners. October 14th.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on your calendar.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I should have sent that to you.
I'm going to put it on now.
October 14th. Julie will be there. I will be there. Mom Game Fun. It's a great organization that I'm super proud to be a part of. So if you can join us, we would be appreciative.
Do it for Durrett.com.
Yes. Or just reach out to me on social media. Happy to help you in whatever way you want.
Cool.
Okay. What's on your feed? I want to show you. Well, first of all, how did the spaghetti turn out? Because you posted a picture.
Yeah. What were your thoughts?
I sent you a message. You don't break your noodles?
Did you say "Dear Lord" on your message?
I did.
I didn't know that. I was confused. I was like,
that was me
yelling at me.
Dear Lord, break your noodles. So you put.
But you're not supposed to break your spaghetti noodles.
Why, okay, why are you not?
I had a very Italian person tell me that once.
It's like very Italian person.
It's like against their religion.
Okay.
You cannot break your spaghetti noodles.
Okay. I didn't know this.
Yes.
I will not be adhering to that rule. But
they're going to come get you.
I respect the very Italian person who told you that. I'm thinking about like my very.
I didn't think you'd immediately turn around and go the other direction if I told you about the very Italian person.
The very Italian.
Like, come on, man. It's their
Okay.
It's their culture.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, good for them. Their culture is not cooking my spaghetti. Okay. And if I'm going to make this edible for everyone, I need to break the shit up.
Okay.
Okay. So, but it turned out fine. Was everybody slurping and were they sharing noodles and sucking them together?
Like they did in my other picture? Did you see the picture of Ryder and Anna doing that?
Oh, they were.
Kelly was like, that's kind of weird, Jules. And I was like, but it's cute.
It's cute. Lady in the Tramp,
You think it's weird. I can't tell.
Lady in the Tramp.
Yeah, Lady in the Tramp.
I mean, if they're a couple years older, we're getting to weird territory.
Well, yeah,
they're
like 4 and 7.
Yeah, they're still
They're so obsessed with each other. It's so cute. And when they don't hate each other.
Oh, my kids.
Yeah. So full disclosure. So I did that. And then I decided immediately that I was an idiot. And I got out a larger bowl.
Pot. Okay.
And I poured it all, including the boiling water, which probably wasn't smart. I was like pouring the boiling water from one pot to another with the spaghetti.
Okay.
And then I left because I had somewhere to go, and Kelly took it from there.
Okay.
And as far as I know, everything turned out well. The kids ate their spaghetti. Kelly was like, "Oh, you have dinner on for me." I was like, "Oh yeah, it's for you too."
Yes.
This is a win.
Look at me.
I don't like.
Can I tell you
I'm
another?
like, what am I feeding the kids? I don't think about feeding my husband.
Can I tell? Yeah. Can I tell you a spaghetti trick too that Miss Vicky taught me?
Sure.
Do you have a pizza roller? Mm-hmm. So you just cut that shit up after it's cooked.
It's getting worse.
So but you put the sauce and everything
after
on.
It's getting cooked.
And
I feel
then
like that wouldn't be a sacrilege.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so after it's cooked, it's like you just.
So then, because it's so long, it's hard for kids.
I'm just saying
to figure that out. That's a good tip. I could
Vicky
do that more than I could with the flat, dry noodles.
Yeah, I don't think it's working in that regard. I don't think that's going to end well. If you try to do the pizza roller, I just break them.
You break. Yeah. Okay.
Like usually in 3s.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that shit expands so much. Like, how does a fucking noodle expand that much? I mean, because I break it into 3.
Yeah.
And then there'll still be noodles that are like 2 feet long. I'm like, how did this even happen? It's like what do you call those things? The worms that you put it in the water and it's a sponge and it expands like a glowworm or something.
Something like that. Sponge. Yeah.
Sponge Bob.
Something like that. Yeah. I was just Googling about Italians. Yes. We'll follow up on that, but you definitely don't. In Italy, you don't. Okay. Spaghetti.
All right. When I go to Italy, I'm definitely not going to break my noodles before I put them in the water. Okay. Last thing I wanted to talk about, and this caught my attention today, was, I don't know what's going on with Kim and Kanye. I'm really not into them. But anytime someone's talking about their ex-spouse's diarrhea, I can't really turn away.
Oh, you like that.
Not like that, but it's like, talk about the ultimate train wreck is exes going back and forth about diarrhea. So apparently he, on his Instagram stories, put a thing that said, Kim has diarrhea a lot, period, like way more than a normal person should have it. Then his next picture is a screenshot of a conversation between Kanye and Kim, which says, I'm assuming from her, please stop posting our private text messages on Instagram.
Oh my
and
God.
he responds, bitch, I know you texting this from the toilet.
That's a burn.
And then, so he posts that screenshot with the caption, this is co-parenting.
Wait, who said this is co-parenting?
Kanye.
Oh.
So sign me up for never getting a divorce regardless of what happens in my life. Because I don't, the last thing I want is for, like, I guess we're not all dealing with Kanye West, but like,
there's a lot of shit that happens
lot
behind closed doors in a marriage. And
if
you want to know the truth of how I feel, I've always thought it's like kind of effed up that like we're supposed to be married to and have sexual relations with the same person that we just heard in the toilet.
And do things. That's why you need to get away from the toilet. That's...
like they come out of the toilet and they're like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. We should have private toilets.
Or private toilets. And maybe you don't like live with your husband. Like maybe they have an apartment and you meet for like hot dates and then like you can be like, you want to come over? And then you go back to your house.
Yeah, I'm not so
Just
sure I'm
theory.
on board with it.
If you want to snuggle and watch a movie every once in a while, that's fine. And then you go back to your poop house.
No, your poop house, your poop snore house.
Yes.
Just go hang out at your
snore
poop
in
snore
there,
house.
go poop in there.
So maybe the mother-in-law suite is both of my grandparents, actually only one until later in life, but my parents on my mother's side, from this, as long as I knew them, they never slept in the same room.
Well, they might have been smart.
They
might have been
onto
onto something. You can have a special room for sexy time.
But then whose room do you do sexy time in? And who gets what room? And
the one that's not by the toilet.
So it all goes back to the toilet.
The one that's furthest away.
And I guess I'm not so preconditioned to this because I was raised by a man. Mm-hmm. So my aversion to bodily functions isn't quite what yours is. I mean, it's not like I'm like, bring them on, but it's like I'm kind of, whatever.
So you can make that transition smoothly?
I mean, there's certain things that just need to be done, Julie. Regardless of what happens, there are just certain things that need to be taken care of, okay? And we fight through those.
Okay.
Not always ideal circumstances. Not everything's going to be perfect. But there are certain things that just need to be taken care of.
I'm catching what you're
Power through
down.
things and put your head down, blinders on. Like, let's go.
I knew this was going to happen today.
I mean, of course, who wouldn't think we were going to talk about this after diarrhea talk from Kanye West and Kim Kardashian? It's a seamless transition.
Yeah, so back to that. It looks like he tried to apologize, but I think...
Oh, he did?
Yeah, like he tried to say it wasn't him. But I think that she must have...
stop with the it wasn't me?
She and probably Kris Jenner got on him, right? Like Kris Jenner went to like... mediate the situation, do damage control. And she's like, you better stop talking about my daughter and her diarrhea. You better put out a statement that says that this wasn't you.
What control does she have over him?
I don't know, lawyers and money.
Being like
lawyers,
that,
money.
famous and money, having that much money must be exhausting.
I mean, love to find out.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
I mean,
not
like that.
I mean, it wouldn't be like them. I could just have money and try to be private.
Okay, another thing I watched the Britney documentary.
Oh,
and God bless her. She was like this young.
What is she doing on Twitter?
I don't know.
Lately,
I had to stop.
That was actually something I meant to put on our rundown.
I'm just telling you. I feel like if you get too much money too fast.
You go insane.
It just makes you do crazy shit.
I think it's the money and the fame. It's not just the money.
No. I mean, I think there's a certain extent to where it's like you kind of lose some sense of reality, like with the real world, if you fall into too much, or not even fall into it, but earn it, whatever.
Yeah.
Too fast. But when you've got that coupled with fame at a young age like that, no wonder she.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any desire for any of that. I mean, I'll take a little more money, but I'm not looking for all that.
Yeah, no. It does bad things to the mentals.
Yeah, you're not operating in reality. It's like your reality is completely different from.
I'm just sad for Britney.
Yes. I'm so sad.
We were also excited because she got freed.
I know, and then what happened? I stopped following her because it was making
on Twitter.
Me sad.
Well, and she's
no, I don't follow her on
posting bikini pics on Twitter and bikini videos on Twitter. I'm like, this is not the place, girl.
Right? She doesn't.
This is not the platform. Maybe not even on Instagram, maybe Snapchat, maybe OnlyFans. We don't post that shit on Twitter.
Maybe
Twitter's for businesses.
Game and we can see if we can help her.
Twitter's for business.
Oh, is it? Let's be careful about that statement. Twitter is for business,
not for naked vids.
Okay, well, probably not. Yeah, well, I mean, maybe we'll work on getting Britney on the show.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks. I think we could help her.
Maybe Jamie Lynn.
Yeah, maybe. I don't want Jamie Lynn.
I don't either. I don't want either. We're good.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. Episode 130 of the Mom Game.
That was a weird one, Emily.
We've established a lot of things. It was fun.
It was fun.
We'll be back next week with
a different episode that is not going to be like this one.
It's not. It's going to be so serious. It's not even really serious, but it is.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's good
You're
to be enlightened by
yes.
awesome, brilliant people every once in a while.
You're going to want to hear.
You've seen what happens when we're alone.
Yes. Yeah, you're gonna hear from Scent Marshall, and she's fantastic. Yeah,
diarrhea.
And then I think I'm on the road. Then we're kind of a little discombobulated for a little while, but we'll be back together. Regardless, we're here every week for you. We are the Mom Game, and tell
us what you think. Weigh in the comments. Do you like sexy time next to the bathroom?
How do you feel about prequels? What about Quel-s?
What about Quel-s?
Okay.
Do you have time for prequels? Do you floss?
Do you floss?
All that and more.
Yes.
On the Mom Game.
Comment and subscribe. Know what the YouTubers say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's time to go.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. On the count of three, Mom Game out. 1, 2, 3.
Mom Game out.